Yep. Sean Tao. Karina Talamontes.
Here.
Katie Valenzuela. Online. Katie Valenzuela.
She's on Zoom.
Yeah.
We can come back to her.
Okay. Katie Maple.
Here.
Mai Vang. Bill Cerna.
Here.
Patrick Kennedy. Rich Desmond. Sue Frost. Pat Hume. Mary Jane Lopez Taff. Rod Brewer.
Here.
Kevin Spees.
Present.
Sean Farmer. Garrett Gatewood. Tanya Kravchuk.
Here.
Noel Mora. Bina Lefkowitz.
Here.
Saul Hernandez.
Here.
Jennifer Larrett. Is she here? Porsche Middleton. Sergio Robles. Linda Budge. This meeting of the Sacramento Public Library
Clerk,
Authority.
I see Councilmember or Director Valenzuela online.
Oh, Katie Valenzuela.
Here, thank you.
This meeting of the Sacramento Public Library Authority is cablecast live on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast Consolidated Communications and AT&T UVerse cable systems. This meeting is closed captioned and live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.net. Today's meeting will be repeated Saturday, April 27th at 4 p.m. on Channel 14 and can also be viewed on Metro Cable 14's YouTube channel. The meeting will also be recorded via Zoom. A DVD copy will be available upon request no later than 2 weeks following today's meeting. The full agenda, including reports, is available on the library website at www.saclibrary.org. Members of the audience wishing to address the board should complete a speaker identification form located at the back table and give it to the clerk. Members attending via Zoom should raise their hand in the Zoom program. Please speak clearly when addressing the board and state your name for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes so that everyone may be heard.
Thank you so much. And Director Lefkowitz, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure.
Salute. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. And I would like to welcome Director Tanya Kravchuk, who is Supervisor Frost's alternate. So welcome.
Thank you.
Alrighty, moving on, we are going to do public comment on matters not on the agenda. Is there any comments?
We didn't get any cards.
No? Okay, thank you so much. Moving along to item 3, presentations. First, we'll hear from the Friends of the Sacramento Public Library.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devon Graves, and I'm a member of the Friends of the Sacramento Public Library, and I have the honor of delivering our regular report. And representing our board, affiliates, and on behalf of the many community members in the greater Sacramento region who are in love with their library. So I just wanted to update you all. We haven't met since your last meeting, but we've been continuing some strategic conversations about our organization. We have been organized and diligently tasked into 9 committees as an organization. Some of the committees deal with our ongoing conversations about affiliate support. Also, some things that are of interest in upcoming topics like our library educational and advocacy committee. So we're staying engaged and busy and making sure that we're doing our part to keep our organization flourishing with the many conversations taking place here in the chamber, but also across our affiliates. As you may remember, last time when I reported, we talked about the JPA challenge, where we're encouraging all members of the JPA to be members of the Friends. I am so grateful for the initial excitement. Because we kind of sprung it on you, we don't want to deliver the results just yet. We want to give folks more time. So again, want to encourage all folks interested in the libraries to join the Friends. But of course, our fearless leaders at the JPA to join and sign up to be a Friends. We greatly appreciate your support as Friends. And so at our May meeting, I'll be able to share an update what our membership total is looking like across the organization, but of course with our JPA. And with that, I want to go ahead and pass the mic over to my colleague, Anita Scurry, our president, who is there in person to talk about the big day of giving. Anita.
Thank you, Devon. Well, we've gotten some really good communication stuff from the library. Brian Strand makes a great video, and it's on our on the Giving Edge profile for our Friends group. As I think I mentioned last time, the goal is 85,000, but we would really, 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 really like to make as much as we got last year, which was 104,000, which buys a lot of books for Book First and for the Summer Reading Challenge. And that is our primary focus. And the other focus after the big day of giving is going to be on the parcel tax renewal. And at the May meeting, unless Karina, you tell me I shouldn't, I'm going to ask the Friends to allocate the maximum that we're allowed to allocate in support of the campaign. So I have it already on my draft agenda, just so you know. We think that just as the library is coming out of COVID, and it's I'm going to say, a struggle for everyone, and so the Friends have experienced the same issues, but I really think that we are tracking in the right direction. Our goal, of course, our purpose is to support and advocate for the library, so we're going to get to do a lot of that this year with the parcel tax renewal campaign. I don't know if any of our other volunteers have joined. I noticed that you have the proclamation for volunteers, and I don't know if I'm allowed to speak to that later or if I should say something now. Of the 72,000?
Speak to it now.
So of the 72,000 plus hours, I think over 43,000 of those were given by Friends members. And it shows how much everybody loves the library, and I hope it translates into votes in November. Do you have any questions about what we're doing right now with our organization? We didn't have the opportunity to bring someone from a branch with us, but our vice president is here. Stand up, Rachel. This is Rachel Caldor. With any luck, she's going to be president next year and talking to you guys. No questions? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions from the board?
Yes.
Okay, Director Maple.
Thank you, Chair. Just wanted to thank you for reminding me of my commitment to become a member, and so I just did so right now, and challenging my colleagues here who haven't already. Please become a member.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
It makes a difference when the people who are in charge of the library support the Friends. So thanks.
Love it. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for all your hard work and all the hours that you put into it. All righty, moving on to National Volunteer Week 2024. Leslie Godo.
Oh, thanks. Hi there. Hello, members of the board. And you said my name right. It's perfect. And library staff. Happy National Volunteer Week. My name is Leslie Godo. I'm the volunteer coordinator for the Sacramento Public Library. I know you have a full agenda, so I'm going to be real quick. So, and I get to do the slides myself. Wow, power. This is going to be the last one. Okay, so as public servants, you know that time is one of the most valuable resources we can gift to others. Volunteers donate their time to assist with keeping the library vital, supporting our many programs and services at all 28 branches. Their passion, enthusiasm, and support towards the Sacramento Public Library serves as the perfect example of what amazing ambassadors we have in our community. And you're right, it was a lot of hours from the Friends, and you will hear that in the proclamation. Thank you, Friends. Okay, so I have a little pop quiz here. How many here know the library's mission and vision? We're supposed to have this memorized, right, Peter? Yeah, anyway. So I just thought that thanks to my volunteer who helped put together this PowerPoint, Emily, she she thought it'd be a good idea to have this up here. So, and I always need to remind myself because it's inspiring. So go ahead and take a minute to read that, and then I will go on to the next one, which is introducing you to our volunteer, Emily Stockton. She is going to read the proclamation recognizing volunteers.
Hi, everyone. So I have a proclamation recognizing Sacramento Public Library Authority volunteers for National Volunteer Week. Whereas National Volunteer Week will be celebrated in public libraries throughout the country and Sacramento County and all of the cities and communities therein from April 21st, 2024 to April 27th, 2024. And whereas in 2023, Sacramento Public Library volunteers were able to provide a total of 117,369 hours in service in libraries. Examples of the volunteer service provided include adult and teen volunteers providing 67,389 hours in support of library operations, adult literacy volunteers providing 8,695 hours of tutoring for adults wanting to improve their education levels, and 41,285 Friends Volunteers hours with branch affiliates, book sorting and sales, assisting with the Book First initiative, election support, and supporting the Book Den. The volunteer support at $31.80 an hour, according to calnonprofits.org, equates to more than $3,732,334 in support, or the equivalent of 56 full-time employees. And whereas volunteers show their commitment to service to the community by homework coaching, English conversation group facilitation, adult literacy tutoring, make and take kit assembly, data entry, shelf reading, book sorting, book selling, job coaching, advocacy, and outreach participation. And whereas volunteers are passionate about Sacramento Public Library and the communities it serves. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board does hereby proclaim April 21st through April 27th as National Volunteer Week and thanks the 1,370 volunteers who support and enhance our libraries. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Emily.
Please don't double check that math. It's my math. I was a literature major. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you some action photos of our various volunteers because it's always good to see the faces of the people who put their time in at the library. Oh, those are the numbers again from the proclamation. We're slowly climbing up, so since the pandemic, it's been nice. We get about a 35% increase every year, so. So this is Mary Kay. She is volunteering at Central right now because she's on loan from Coolidge Library, which is closed for exterior revisions, and I do not want to give her back. This is Muriel. She's one of our teen volunteers, a high school student. She is sorting the SPL, Sacramento Public Library, Pride shirts for staff and any volunteers who participate in the Pride March, which happens every June. This is Georgia and Holly. They are putting together make and take kits. This is a spice kit that was for the Diaspora Rican local author cookbook. And I believe everyone got a copy of this, so we supported that program by having spice kits given to people who signed up for the virtual cooking demonstrations. And then this is Rose. Rose was a volunteer last year at Arcade Library. She won the DOVIA, which is Directors of Volunteers and Agencies Sacramento Youth Volunteer of the Year Award, and she got a nice little scholarship too with that. So we were very proud of her for that. This is Tyson and his mother Diana. They're putting together welcome packets for literacy learners, new learners. Wow, I made that a little bright, sorry. I used a filter on that. These are also teen volunteers, Adrian, Jonah, and Nathan. They ride their bikes over to the Central Library after school to help out. And then this is Arzu, who is good at emptying the bins and putting them on carts because all those books that get returned. And Arzu also works at the Central Library. And last is Mars. Mars approached us. She's a wonderful example of the power of outreach. Last year, we did a table at the LGBT Community Center's You Better Work job fair, and Mars came up and said, "How do I work at the library?" And I said, "Well, you could try volunteering." So they started off as a volunteer, and so Mars is a former volunteer, just recently was hired to the library as a shelver, so we're very excited about that.
Great.
Yeah. And I'm also excited about this. I'd like to introduce you to Molly and her volunteer, Anna.
I got it. Hi, my name's Molly Selmer, and I'm from the South Natomas Library. Okay. I hate these things. Okay. Anna Marcello. Her Royal Highness Princess of Mending has been a part of the Sacramento Public Library for over 20 years. She has a crown and everything. She has been a huge asset to the South Natomas Library, as well as at local school libraries. She became our Princess of Mending for all the hours she spent repairing books from our collection that had a little of a rough time, as kids' books do. We were so impressed by her mending skills that when a local school librarian mentioned that there were so many broken books in their collection, we called Anna. She answered the call and has been getting more and more books back on the shelf at Hazel Strauss Elementary in Natomas. And she's been doing that for a year now. For the past year, Anna has been working with James Scott, the archivist of the SPL Sacramento room, and he has brought over 70 directories ranging in the date from 1851 to 1983 for Anna to repair. The process requires patience and attention to detail, both of which Anna possesses, in addition to her pure grit. It is through her hard work for the library that even more books and resources are available for our community. For all that she does for our library and our community, I was more than happy to nominate her for the 5 over 50 Volunteer Award this year. We are so incredibly proud that she has won this honor and know that it is very much deserved. Thank you, Anna, for always being there for us and checking out what shoes I'm wearing. And the library and the community are lucky to have you.
Thank you. Thank you very much all for this acknowledgement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anna, thank you. Anna, sounds like you have a magical touch for books. And we're really proud of what you do, and you produce magic. I mean,
it wasn't out of benevolence. I started working on books. I attended a one afternoon workshop how to fix books because I wanted to fix my own. I'm a book junkie. I ended up volunteering, and 2 years later, I started working on my personal books.
Oh.
But here I am, 20-some years later.
How many books do you think you've repaired?
Oh, I don't know. It's a very slow process. And now working on archival materials, I open them up and sneeze because they're desiccated, from all the years. But it's a very slow process, and especially children's books, they go through a lot, tears.
Go through a lot.
And spines, but I enjoy it very much. But I wouldn't be there if it weren't for the library staff.
Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your time with the library.
Thank you. Thank
Congratulations.
You,
Any other remarks from board members? Okay, thank you so much. And good seeing you again. I'll be back in there soon.
Okay, so I'd like to give a big thank you to our branch volunteers like Molly that are at each of the branches, and they take care of their volunteers. They do a great job. And I'd also like you to accept a little library swag that was put together by a volunteer. And thank you so much for your time. Okay.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to move closed session towards the end. So we're going to move on to executive team report. Mr. Coyle.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have the written report. I won't just go over everything. I just want to highlight a couple things. First, I do want to underscore the importance of our friends and our volunteers. We've depend on them heavily, and I was thinking in the proclamation, it talks about how much volunteer hours it equates into staff, and I was thinking, even if we had that same budget with the same volunteers and staff, we would still have stuff for them to do because there's so much to do. So they really are an invaluable asset to the library, and we do appreciate all the work that the friends and the volunteers do for the library. And that ties into my next part is on the consent agenda, we're accepting a grant from the state library for our Lunch at the Library program, which we'll have a presentation at a further meeting about. But our friends and our volunteers are integral in that, and they help out with that project quite a bit. So we just want to acknowledge their efforts in that as well as we accept that grant. This last month had National Library Week, and we did a number of things at the library, and especially we had our libraries open a couple hours late on National Library Worker Day to give our staff some time to team build and do some other activities together, which was a really nice break for them and a chance for them to celebrate the great work that they do, and we were really appreciative of our excellent and professional staff. And I'm glad that we were able to do that for them this year. We have a number of facilities items in the report. I'm happy to answer any questions about those, but I won't go over them in depth. I think the key highlight here is that our partner jurisdictions, the city, the county, and the other municipalities are working very expeditiously and diligently to accomplish the repairs and projects that have come from the funding from the state library, from the infrastructure grants that they received. So we really appreciate the collaborative nature those projects have taken and the responsiveness of our jurisdictions in helping get those accomplished. We also want to highlight, we were honored that Congresswoman Doris Matsui reached out to have a press conference at our Valley High North Laguna Library to discuss issues surrounding the Affordable Connectivity Program. As a member of one of the committees in Congress, Congresswoman Matsui is a champion of this program, and the conference highlights some of the issues that we're facing in libraries during the pandemic, the Affordable Care, sorry, not the Affordable Care Act, the American Rescue Plan. Sorry, too many government acronyms. The American Rescue Plan provided funding for hotspots, and that funding has expired. And so Congresswoman Matsui is trying to encourage those programs to be restarted and find other ways that we can connect our users and our residents to the very vital, important internet, which 30 years ago wasn't a thing, and now it's so integral in our lives. And we really think it's important for our users to be able to have access to those things. So really appreciate the Congresswoman's leadership on this issue, and that she thought of the library as a place to highlight that important work. And I will end my report at there and answer any questions that you might have, or especially around any of the facilities issues or any other issues you might have or questions.
Thank you, Peter. Do we have any questions from any board members online? I don't see anyone punched up. No? Okay. Thank you so much for your hard work. Moving along to information, item 6, monthly financial report. Jaya. Oh, just information. Okay, sounds good. Okay. And then consent items. We have 4 items on the consent calendar. I do need a motion, but we need it to also include first item 7.4, it's resolution 2421, to include the name of Crystal Miles. Do I have a motion?
So moved with the suggested amendment change for item 7.4.
Wonderful. Thank you, Director. Thank you, Director. We have a first and a second. Clerk?
Sean Tao,
Aye.
Karina Talamontes,
Aye.
Katie Valenzuela,
Yes.
Katie Maple,
Aye.
Mai Bang, Bill Cerna,
Aye.
Patrick Kennedy, Rich Desmond, Sue Frost, Pat Hume, Mary Jane Lopez Taff,
Aye.
Rod Brewer,
Aye.
Kevin Spees,
Aye.
Sean Farmer, Garrett Gatewood, Tanya Kravchuk,
Aye.
Bina Lefkowitz,
Yes.
Saul Hernandez,
Aye.
and motion passes with 10 members present.
Thank you so much. And we have no action items today, so we will move on to closed session. Will we be meeting in the back room? Okay. Great. No action was taken in the closed session. This meeting is adjourned right now at 4:11 p.m.